Alright, so this is Dopey DD here. Sorry about the earlier video. I would have taken it off, but honestly, even though I'm going through a lot of crap, I'm still going to be uploading. So, first things first, I made something earlier to help me relieve stress, and I turned out to be a master at throwing them. I made myself, if you haven't seen it while me twirling it around like an idiot, a bunch of wooden stakes. These are not fake or store bought. These are all handmade. If I had better quality, you could probably tell that they're a bunch of. Oh, there. You can tell that it's handmade just from a bunch of mess ups I did when trying to make a better handle. But yeah, I made a bunch of these. It turns out I'm amazing at throwing them. But the problem is, I threw one in my room and it got stuck in the wall. Yeah, these things are not like dulled down for any reason. I probably should dull them down, but still. They're damn good for impaling things, though. I had a punching bag in my room and I started throwing these at it. Yeah, I had to get rid of it because it was spilling beans everywhere. Not the best decision on my part, but it was fun and a great stress reliever. Now, for people who suffer from cutting and things like that, trust me, I know where you're coming from. You can't see it on the video because, frankly, I have very pale skin and bad quality, but here, 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 but not that here, I have scars. You can't see them in the video because my quality is crap. I'm recording literally only using my laptop. But to all those who cut themselves because they just can't take it, you're not alone out there. I do it all the time. It's just, for those who think people who cut are stupid or something, it's not that we're stupid. It's not that we're emo or whatever the hell you want to call us. Frankly, I find that comment degrading. The fact of the matter is, we cut because physical pain draws us away from the emotional pain. It's easier to focus on a stinging physical pain than it is to willingly focus on an emotional pain that we can't get through. Some things can't be solved through therapy, and you will live with them and regret them for the entirety of your life. I would know. But the fact of the matter is, shit happens. People get hurt, people die, and you just have to move on. I recently lost someone close to me, an old friend of mine who, frankly, she was all I had left, other than maybe one or two people in school who really don't understand me. Granted, they're two of my best friends, three actually, but none of them seem to get it. None of them see past the mask. Anyway, for those of you who get what I'm talking about when I refer to a mask, no, I'm not referring to a freaking hollow mask, so all you Bleach fans, sorry. I'm talking about an emotional mask, something you hide yourself behind because you're too scared to show the world how you really are. The fact of the matter is, things people see about me, they're not my entirety. I don't think I'll ever show my true face to the world. Well, maybe one day. But the fact of the matter is, pain is something you will have every day in your entire life. Why cause yourself more when it's easier and frankly less agitating to cause it to an inanimate object? What I've rigged up in my room is a sort of, I can't call it a combat dummy because frankly breaking this thing would piss me off. But what it is, it's a sort of punching bag. It's one of those things you would see on a football court, a big blue man-like shaped things that jocks push to see how hard they can push back a person. Fact of the matter is, I have one of those in there, and inside is a sort of compilation. It's a tape recorder that I push a certain spot on the I guess I'll call it a dummy just for the purpose of the video. I push a certain spot on the dummy, and it will then let out screams of pain, and then I can just stab away, or cut it, or beat it up. And it's a great way to relieve stress. Frankly, it's the only way I can relieve stress in my house, because I have more stress here. For those of you suffering through hard times, whether you've lost loved ones or lost yourself, I'm not going to say I know what everyone's going through, because frankly, no one will ever understand fully what I'm going through, so I wouldn't expect myself to know what you're going through. Everyone has trials they go through. Everyone has pain they feel. And I'm not going to be ultra-religious on this. While I am a Christian, I'm not going to go ultra-religion on you. I'm just going to say there are alternate ways to relieve the pain. Maybe you don't have to talk to a therapist or anything. Maybe you're not comfortable doing that. Maybe not even with your own family. The fact of the matter is, and I'm going to be completely upfront and honest with everyone about this, I suffer with MPD. For those of you who know what that is, congratulations, you're officially smarter in my book. For those who don't, MPD, or multiple personality disorder, it's where a person's mind goes through such trauma that it rips itself apart, creates an alternate personality that can take control at any moment. Now, my alternate is, frankly, not, I wouldn't call it a possessive alternate, as some people would. Possessive alternates are basically a person's alternate tries to take control when a situation is too much. I would call mine a willing participant. That's not a real classification, but frankly, that's the best I can describe him as. Yes, it is a him. I refer to him as, well, frankly, sometimes I refer to him as Shad or Dark. Shad for shadow. Frankly, Dark is me, but he's a me so broken that it's just, Shad is me. He is my hatred, my pure, unadulterated hatred for life. Shad is my rage, my fury, and all around me as an absolute ass. But he's also a comfort. See, the way that Shad works, or at least the way we've discovered he works, me and my doctor, are that Shad, or Dark, or whatever you wish for me to call him, is possessive of me. Not in the fact that he takes over, but in the fact that some people refer to have alternates, whether like a father or anything. Shad is like a father and a brother. He basically is that overprotective sibling that most people don't like if they have. But if they don't have it, they wish they did. My older brother, the one I have in real life, Joseph, was frankly an ass to me. He would hurt me and beat me, and before he left, actually tried to claw my eyes out. That was the first instance of Shad coming out. It was the first time I realized I had an alternate, too. I blacked out. I was slammed up against the wall, and my brother's fingers were clawing at my eyes. Now, the doctor recommended I do something what's known as alternating journal, which is basically you put a pencil in your hand, you write a question to your alternate, close your eyes, and let go. Your alternate will then answer your question, and then release control back to you. Now, I have had this described to me many times by both Shad and my doctor, and I still can't believe it's what happened. Apparently, once I lost control, I punched my brother in the throat, toppled him backwards. Well, I'll show you the area. The layout's a bit different, but alright, so right there by the window, if that fireplace would have been moved to the left a little bit. Uh, damn it. This one over here, my finger just went by. Yeah, right there. If this would have been moved this way, then that's the wall I slammed up against. I hit my brother from there, and he toppled backwards onto the floor about there, right next to the fan that you can see. He didn't stop it. He leapt up, and it was described to me. I kicked him in the face, then picked up I can't remember if it was a stereo or a DVD player that we hadn't been using, and whacked him over the head with it. He needed to go to the hospital afterwards. After that, I went and questioned my doctor about that and about possibilities of what could have happened to me. My brother did need to go to the hospital, but apparently our insurance paid for that. And he didn't mess with me again, but over time, Shad grew more violent. He would lash out in school whenever Holly would pick on me, and overall it just got worse and hectic. I've never been a passive kind of guy, really. I've always found a way to discreetly get back at whoever was messing with me. And Shad isn't like that. For all those Whovians out there, you'll get this reference, but it is literally the closest thing I can describe Shad as. He's like fire and ice and rage. He's wonderful, but he's horrible. At one point, Shad actually got me suspended from school. Apparently, I had gotten so angry at a kid that the teachers had not been dealing with. I'll give a better summary than this. For a full half hour, I'd been in this class, and since it was a certain type of day, we had 2 classes in one for this period. The kid kept throwing a rubber ball at the back of my head, and it kept getting on my nerves. I had asked the teacher to stop him at least 7 times. She would not do so. I was angry, furious even. So I let go. I shouldn't have. It was a mistake. I didn't want to let go. I just did it out of instinct. Next thing I knew, I had the kid by the throat, slammed him up against the door, and actually broke the frame on the door from the force I slammed him against it. Now, granted, by all means, I'm a very big guy, but I'm also wiry. Well, arms-wise. I'm not that strong, at least not when I'm rational. But when adrenaline is pumping through me and Shad's in control, I flipped out. Afterwards, I was shown on the camera by the principal what had happened. I hadn't stopped after slamming him up against the door, but Shad wouldn't go into detail. The cameras, however, did. I had slammed him up against the door frame, kicked open the door, and tossed him on the ground and repeatedly kicked him in the side. He was bruised, but nothing was broken, but after that I was afraid of relinquishing control. I haven't relinquished control of Shad in almost 3 months now, and I can feel my sanity slipping away because I know I have to switch over eventually, at least until I can get rid of him. Or, well, I guess I would call it re-merge with him. He is me. But I don't want to. I'm afraid to. Sure, I still talk to him daily in the notebook, but it's not like he has any real control when he's angry. Sure, if I'm just mildly upset, like I'm really angry at the teacher because I'm getting an unfair grade because he doesn't like me, I'll just switch over to Shad, and Shad will become this cold, passive shell, just accepting everyone's bullshit, then walk into the locker and punch my notebooks for a while. But when I'm truly angry, when I'm honestly furious. Bad things happen. And it's no one's fault but my own, because I let go. Anyway, I've rambled enough for now. Thanks for listening, and to everyone out there, thank you. I need to get this off my chest, so thank you.